you have an opportunity of a rare treasure. Maybe, who knows? If we didn't protect this thing, as I said, it could be extinct.
As part of a college research trip, I traveled from Wisconsin to the beautiful island of Grenada in the southeastern Caribbean. Grenada is a small island, around 133 square miles, and is one of the largest exporters of mace and nutmeg. It is home to a variety of unique plant and animal species. However, some of these species have been put at risk because of human impact. One animal of extreme concern is the endemic and critically endangered Grenada dove. The Grenada dove is the national bird of Grenada, and there may be as few as 100 adult birds left in the world. This is my third trip to the island. This year, I'm determined to get a better look at the dove and to see what efforts can be taken to help them. My friend and extremely knowledgeable birder Terry has agreed to pick me up early in the morning so that we can bird the island and hopefully find and get great looks at a rare Grenada dove. I'm up at 6, waiting for Terry. Initial thoughts, I heard a lot of bird activity outside my window before it even got light out. And there's absolutely nobody out here. It is dead silent. It looks like it rained last night. Hopefully that's a good sign for us while we're out. While waiting for Terry, I spotted one of the more common species of doves in Grenada, the eared dove. The eared dove is found throughout South America and in the southern Caribbean. It is similar to a mourning dove, but with a shorter tail and a mostly gray-brown body and black markings near the eye for which they are named. They prefer open areas and are also seen in urban spaces such as on telephone poles and wires. They are normally seen foraging for seeds along the ground. Hunters in South America shoot the bird in numbers similar to passenger pigeons, but thankfully they seem to be more resilient. They are currently listed as a species of least concern. After meeting up with Terry, we set off to check out some of his favorite birding locations. He also explained why looking for the Grenada dove would be the last stop we made on our trip. So if you go there in the morning, it's just too dark to see anything?
Yes, do that. And because the dove is a forager, it wouldn't come out in the darkness.
Our first stop were some ponds in the back of a resort complex. Here we heard the call of a bird I'd never seen before on any of my previous trips, despite it being fairly common, the scaly-naped pigeon. The scaly-naped pigeon, also known as the red-necked pigeon, is found throughout the Caribbean with the exception of Jamaica and the Bahamas. It is a large bird with purple-blue body coloration and scaly-looking maroon-colored feathers along the neck. The red and black eye is surrounded by a distinctive yellow or red featherless patch. The legs and base of the bill are red. They can be seen in forests at a variety of different elevations and feed mostly on fruit and seeds. They're known to be solitary or to live in small groups. As we walked along further, we noticed another one of Grenada's beautiful birds, the Zenaida Dove. The Zenaida Dove is a brown dove with gorgeous gray, blue, and black markings and a tan stomach. It also has a distinctive white band on the secondaries that distinguishes it from similar species. It lives in open lands and near woodlands in the Caribbean. They feed and nest on the ground, on rocks, or in trees. After seeing a variety of other species, some found in Wisconsin, some not, Terry and I started our game plan for looking for the dove.
You have to know its call as well. It has the faintest of call. It goes then a 10 seconds wait before it comes up again.
After making one more stop, we headed to the Mount Hartman Grenada Dove Sanctuary, and Terry told me about some of the threats that the Grenada Dove currently faces.
The two most important things that endanger the life of the Grenada dove is development as it relates to housing or hotel too close to the habitat, or human activity housing in the habitat. Because when they bring there, they bring pets.
Right.
They also bring attract rodents. Because the Grenada Dove spend a lot of time on the ground, the cats and the dogs would destroy it. The protected area is getting smaller and smaller. It's not relegated to 3 areas of our island. You know, they are trying to raise awareness by erecting these billboards, but the billboard can only say so much. They have to engage personnel, myself, or person from the Ministry of Agriculture and Fishery, that we could sensitize the young people and teach them what is in their backyard, because a lot of times people take it for granted, you know, it's just a bird. Do you think anybody will see that sign?
No, it's pretty small.
There was one that said no cutting and burning. I'm sure you didn't even see that.
After a short drive and some more talk about Grenada Dove conservation, we finally arrived at Mount Hartman. Mount Hartman was declared a national park in 1996 by the Grenadian government to help protect the Grenada Dove. It's 154 acres, but boundaries were changed in 2006 to accommodate a tourist resort. The surrounding area receives low annual rainfall, creating a dry forest. The vegetation is mostly thorny shrubs and coastal woodland. With a racing heart and quiet steps, we walked into the preserve, carefully listening for anything that might resemble a Grenada Dove call. We're looking for a needle in a haystack?
You're going slow and you're scanning the area.
As we climbed up a small hill, we could hear at least 2 Grenada Doves calling, one that sounded like it was just ahead of us. We scanned the ground and listened for calls until we saw a slight movement up ahead. As I zoomed in on the movement, Terry stayed behind. I couldn't believe what was in my viewfinder, a Grenada Dove. The Grenada Dove is a large dove with a tan and white body, brown back, and a black and yellow eye. A line comes down from the eye towards the bill. The dove lives in dry coastal woods in southwest Grenada with dense tree and shrub canopy. On the west coast, where some of the population lives, the habitat has more rainfall and is composed of more green forest. The Grenada Dove feeds mostly on seeds and has also been seen feeding on papaya fruit. When the dove is flushed, it will fly to the ground and walk through the dense brush rather than flying long distances. It was originally known as the pea dove or Wells dove. Due to declining habitat and an increase in predators, the Grenada Dove is listed as critically endangered. That was incredible.
You had an excellent opportunity. As I lift my head up, I saw it. It's luck, it's scared, it's everything come together to have this thing. She won't walk in this way. So she's going towards the call of the mountains.
So she's going to find the male?
Yeah. If she's interested.
Man, I cannot believe that we just got that view. That was incredible. We did it.
Yeah.
On our way back to St. George's, we had one more species stop by for a visit.
Here is a beer-eyed thrush.
Oh. What's it called?
Beer-eyed thrush.
I like that little guy. The spectacled thrush, also known as the bare-eyed thrush, is a common resident in the southern Caribbean and parts of South America. Males and females are similar in coloration, with a gray-brown body, bright yellow eye ring, and yellow bill. They prefer open woods and often feed on fruit, insects, or berries on the ground. Nests are made low in trees or shrubs, and the 2 to 3 eggs are blue in color with reddish patches. After seeing the thrush, Terry and I headed back to campus, feeling thankful to see such a rare bird on such a beautiful day. Well, Terry, thank you so much.
It was great.
It was. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding. I can't get over how cool that was.
Yep. Yep, I can see your legs.
If you'd like to learn more about the Grenada dove and their conservation efforts, please check out these resources listed here. Additionally, we'd love for you to share the video and help raise awareness about endangered or threatened species.